Well, I'd wanted to spend the weekend with my wife and children, but after taking a full sheet of acid on a Friday night, I instead spent the weekend rooting around for truffles in the forest with my snout and thinking I could fly. It was only when the authorities were helping me down from the bell tower that I remembered I don't have a wife and kids. Well, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this a brand new day. Couple random things I've wanted to talk about. Just really random, but I thought they were really cool. Like this one. I'm starting off with this because I just remembered it, and I've wanted to talk about it, and I haven't been able to because I've never been able to remember, so I'm going to start off with this. I've mentioned before how plastic the human brain is. I mean, it rewires itself all the time. When you think thoughts, when you think a thought that you haven't thought before, when you change your behaviors, when you make a new habit, you are physically rewiring your brain. The neuron paths are literal cells that grow together and put their synapses together. And then the more information that runs along a path, the more those synapses and ganglions and the pathways get solidified. Your brain physically changes as you learn things. And that's amazing. Because, as I discovered with this one thing, if you know how to read, then this is amazing evidence of how much the human brain can rewire itself, because there is no section of the brain that's dedicated to reading. And that is a skill that you really need heavy duty. So how do you learn to read when there's like no spot in your brain that's dedicated to reading? I mean, there's a spot in your head that's dedicated to sight, to sound, pattern recognition, speech recognition, all this stuff. And yet there's nothing in our brains for reading. There is a section of your brain. It's called the VFWA, very something wide area. It does, I can't remember what. But apparently, when we learn to read, it rewires that section of the brain entirely. It's not made to read. It's not for reading. We didn't evolve a part of our brain to read. And so what happens is, as you learn to read, it physically rewires that section of the brain which is not for reading. And from that point on, after you've learned how, that is the spot in your head that when you read, it fires. We don't have a dedicated section of our brains for reading, but we make a dedicated section of our brains for reading. And then that part of our brain is in charge of reading from that point on. That is how plastic our brains are. We start off, I mean, that's a cultural change that makes a physical change. And that is amazing. And it's not even it's like, we did this and we adapted to an environment. No, this is everybody as we're born. There is no reading section. And you have to physically rewire your brain. It is absolutely astonishing. That's why this Elon Musk, with his technology stuff where they're working on those little filaments that go in and attach physically to little brain cells so that you can get information coming in electronically to go into your head. They're using it for like sight and sound and etc. But our brains are plastic. And our brains love information. Our brains adapt to those things they have found, even now in their primitive form. Our brains adapt to that and just build up pathways to them because it loves to get information. Our brains are astonishing, and it is just absolutely horrifying. Ow! Oh, that muscle group right there in the back of my neck. It is absolutely horrifying that the fate of the world is really at risk. I mean, there's this one guy, Beau of the Fifth Column. He's like in Florida or some such, and he's socialist / leftist, but he's not a typical socialist. Well, not socialist, but he's leftist and all that because he doesn't like what's going on in our country and all that. Fascism is not good. My shirt is not hanging right. It's driving me crazy. But he was, now that my shirt has driven it out of my head. But, yeah, I lost it. I was busy playing with my shirt because it's driving me nuts. But it was just a real quick thing, and I can't even remember, so my sincere apologies. But, on the other hand, I didn't go walkies again last night. I am very sorry. Though it's me I should be apologizing to. I just, for whatever reason, didn't want to go. And I've been trying to take it easy on myself so that if I want to not do something and it's not a bad thing, not to punish myself for it. As long as I go out exercising every other day, it's okay to take a night off. So I didn't go walkies, but it's not the end of the world. Yes, my pulse has gone up. When I was walking every single day, my pulse was down to 44 beats a minute. It's between 55 and 60 right now, because I'm not out there pounding pavement, beating feet every single night. But between 55 and 60 is still good. For a while I had thought, hey, maybe I can get it down into the 30s. But then it was like, well, and then what? So as long as I stay healthy, and as long as my meat machine here is going to keep me alive for as long as possible, and I can still be a human being and enjoy the things that I enjoy, then I'm going to do that. We're all going to die at some point, so you got to enjoy yourself as well. That's why it's that, itchy now. There's that big cultural thing between, like in the United States, we tend to die alone in hospitals, stretching out our lives as long as humanly possible, even though it's miserable and painful and lonely. Versus other cultures where people live. They may die in their 60s or their 70s, but they're living and enjoying themselves. Instead of starving and punishing yourself so that you can live till you're 80 in a hospital alone after 10 years of taking meds because your body's just falling apart. Which is better. Now the thing is, of course, neither is actually worse. If you have the resources and you're not a dragon, and I've talked about dragons before, but if you have the resources and it's available, then the choice is yours. One's not right, one's not wrong. It's just personal choice. I'm still kind of stuck. I don't want to have a long, miserable, painful life, but I don't want to have a short one either. I want to enjoy myself, but I don't want to die too quickly. So, thumbs up for that. And of course, happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Yay! And I think about this one too. It's like every single person you see, every single older person you see, from, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, those people that make it to 100, 110, those people that are that old that can still see, remember, when they look into a mirror, they don't see themselves. You can be accepting of what your body has become. You can be accepting of what your life is. But it doesn't matter if you're 50, 60, 70, or 80. You're still inside here. You're still 18 years old looking out at this and going, what happened? What happened to it? Physically, you're that old. Mentally, you know, you have to deal with the aging structure of your brain. But I'm 57. I still feel inside here like that 18-year-old kid looking at himself in the mirror and combing his hair. What happened? Except, of course, in my case, I know what happened. 25 plus years of active alcoholism and the practice of drinking alcohol does age your body. And actually it does. It speeds up the aging process of your body. So yeah, calendar-wise, I turned 57. But yeah, look at me. Look at how old my skin is and look at how old I look. You know, I may live until my 70s, but my body will probably be near its 80s by then. A good 6, 7, 10, 15 years ahead of the calendar. Thumbs up. But still, it's good to be alive. I mean, I remember as a kid looking at the year 2000 and saying, I want to live that long. 38. I got to make it to 38. I almost didn't. I was, 2 years before that, I was 36 and really wondering if my alcoholism was going to kill me before the year 2000. And then, of course, I spent like New Year's in rehab where I went and asked my parents to take me to detox. Oh, stuff is... No, one of my sodas in a plastic bag fell over. Gotta have caffeine. And right now they're on sale for 67 cents a piece at Walmart. Ooh. Oh, but yes. And life is life. And of course, this is just jumping subject to subject again. Of course, just bubble sorting my brain. I occasionally have topics, but mostly it's just whatever comes up, because that's bubble sorting my brain so that my brain works for the day. Thank you all so very much for coming along with me on this literal journey of exploration. Now, one of the things that I do have an Xbox One S. And one of the things you can get with that is the Ultimate Game Pass, where you can go online and you get access to the Microsoft Game Pass library, which is like 100 plus games. Some of them utter crapola, some of them are bloody brilliant, and it's like $15 a month. So I've got that. Everybody and their brother, now that it's the day past, has, because the 25th, The Outer Worlds by Obsidian, the people who made, Fallout, New Vegas, all of these games, the Brian Fargo and company that I started following. He's about my age, and he's done amazing stuff with his life and his company and such. So he's kept going. But everybody and their sibling has been doing a video on Let's Plays of The Outer Worlds. And it's like, I got that. I could do that too. But everybody is doing them. I mean, sure, I'd like to jump on the bandwagon, but everybody is doing them. So I just get lost in the noise. So I'm going to play it at the very least. I may do for me, yeah. And when it falls off a Game Pass, I'm going to have to buy it. But I'm going to have to wait a year because I want it on PC and I'm not going to buy it on the Epic Store. So, thumbs up, next birthday. Past that though, I'm gonna try and make an LP of The Outer Worlds today. I've meant to do... Well, I did do Minecraft yesterday, and I still have another Minecraft episode to edit and upload today. But I did not quit my Amplified series. It's just I wanted to do another thing as well, and so I started a roguelike series, but there was no time or place to replace anything else. So no Amplified World, but that's not a gone series. And I know barely anybody watches my videos. Good golly, Miss Molly. I get like 500 views on a good high power breakout video. So, but it's nice. Again, my channel, I am so grateful to each and every one of you that watches, but I do my channel for my therapy, for me. I'm not doing it to make money or become famous. The money that I do get is nice, and all of your help is absolutely, it's become critical. So thank you all so very, very much. But I didn't start off to do it this way. It was for up here. And that's primarily why I do my channel. The money is wonderful and helps out, but I don't do it for money or fame. So thank you all, each and every one of you, so very much for any help that you all give me. It is appreciative, and you are keeping me afloat and alive. That is such a very good thing. I think. And at 14:56, I have an itchy cheek. But at 14:56, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments, my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. It is arranged because even though I count in American Sign Language with my depression and fibro and more, I'm lucky I can remember that my name is not Rutherford. I was going to say Reginald, then I said Rutherford P. Anyway, except I couldn't even say Rutherford. Reginald P. Farquhar. There, I did it. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them later, but for right now, just thanking you for having left a comment. And if I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at that. Even though I can barely speak, I can say things like, Ich kann nur ein kleines bisschen Deutsch sprechen. But even that's not true anymore, because that's basically all I can say, which is, I just said, hey, I can speak a tiny bit of German. But we have Dylan Hennessy, greatly appreciated. The Pingu, thumbs up and thank you. Conspo Lopez, greatly appreciated. Dave, thumbs up and thank you. Lil Syrup, greatly appreciated. Ice Damon, thumbs up and thank you. Confused Owl 29, greatly appreciated. Esau Jabor, I bet I'm nowhere close, but thank you. Gamer Dan, greatly appreciated. Chris Mueller, thumbs up. Kathy Kisscat, greatly appreciated. Good to see you in the comments. IDK BTW, greatly appreciated. Russian Timing, thumbs up and thank you. Jack Carterog 001, sure hope I'm close. And then we have Sebastian Ferris, greatly appreciate. A Lemon Pie or 407, good to see you again. Good Ideas Gone Wrong, boy, that's my life. Thumbs up and thank you very much. Jerf, greatly appreciated. Wellington Silva, thumbs up and thank you. Esau Nagar, sure hope I'm close on that one still. Colin Reisenauer, good to see you in the comments. Austin, thumbs up and thank you. ASAP Frostbite, greatly appreciated. El Hunteris, I bet I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. And of course, Quality Breasts, who wants me to react to the Semen Wizards. How about that? I don't know if that's a group or a song or what. Hey, thumbs up, nothing wrong with that. Sobek for the win. The Egyptian god of a whole bunch of things, including semen. Anyway, if you could check out my various links down below. I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people that are helping to keep me literally alive, that would be beautiful and awesome. If you would like to help me survive but don't want to donate to one of those two things, I also have a PayPal down below. That would be awesome if you could donate. I have an Amazon wish list if you wanted to check that out with like cat food, hamster food, silly things, and non-silly things. Now, do not feel obligated. I don't feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you can toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. A definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell, that would be very, very cool. Greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. There are more things I want to talk about, but I can't remember what they are. As soon as I turn off the webcam, of course, they will come flooding in, but such is life. But as stated, I have this video. I have a Minecraft video to edit and render. I want to record the beginning of The Outer Worlds gameplay thing, and since I have a game capture card, I can do that. Definitely a good thing. It's the discontinued Elgato HD60. Which I started using it pretty much just as soon as they discontinued it. Thumbs up and thank you all. Well, shuckle my duckle. Gonna be less than 20 minutes or right around there, depending on whether or not I have an intro. I don't know if I have an intro yet. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will burp in the middle of talking. I will see you on the flip side. What the heck was I gonna say? I don't know. On the flip side, and that, my friend, is a very good thing. So you take care, and yeah, have the very best life you can.